astonishment at Rachel Bernstein, the girl from the neighbouring apartment building, who was also waiting for the train. His heart beat faster, and he could feel his cheeks flushing. Always the same reaction, which was silly, as she was just a friend. She was in love with Joshua Stern. Now Stern, he looked like a poster boy for the Jewish congregation. Heinz had lost count at the number of times Stern had been picked on at their last school, by teachers and pupils alike. "Morning, Thomas. Are you coming to school too?" Rachel whispered, to avoid attracting attention from the Gentiles taking the train to work. "Yes, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to show the teacher how good I am at maths. Papa's been helping me, and I can count all the way to 100. Want to hear?" Heinz groaned as Rachel nodded her head. In his element, Thomas proudly recited the numbers. He then showed off his English abilities. Their stepmother, Trudi, had taught them a couple of words. Trudi was insistent that he and Thomas had to leave Germany. She'd been trying to get Papa to agree to send them to England ever since the Nazis marched into Austria. Or maybe even before then. Heinz knew she just wanted Papa all to herself. "What's wrong with you? Bad breakfast?" Rachel asked. It took a couple of seconds for him to realise she was talking to him. "What? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking." "Do the world a favour and don't. Your expression would turn milk sour." He didn't smile, even though he knew she was teasing. Trudi was winning. He knew she was wearing Papa down. Only last night, he'd said he would consider it, but only if the 3 children left together. That had put a stop to Trudi's plans. She wouldn't let her darling 2-month-old baby, Liesel, go to live with strangers in another country. Who wanted to live in Britain anyway? "Have your parents been talking about the Kindertransport again?" Rachel whispered, having looked around first to check nobody could hear her. Heinz nodded. "Mine too. They say it's the only way we can leave, but I want us to go together. So does Mama. She says we still have a chance with the Americans. Papa's brother emigrated there when the Nazis first came to power. He can sponsor us. He's rich." Heinz thought Rachel was rich. Certainly the Bernsteins had more money than their family did. Papa and Mother used to live in a large apartment, and he remembered having servants. But that changed when Mother died and Papa wasn't allowed to work anymore. The current regime had no use for Jewish doctors. "Are you far down on the list?" He immediately regretted asking, as her face fell. She nodded but didn't elaborate. Everyone, even the children, knew where they stood on the emigration list. Every day, conversations spun around theories of how fast the Americans would work through the quotas, what tricks could improve your chances, stories of how so-and-so had got out. It made him wonder what everyone had talked about in the days before Hitler. Heinz caught the fear in Rachel's eyes just as the train arrived. As they got on and took their seats, he tried to reassure her. "Don't worry, everything will be fine. They said some South American countries will allow us to live there." "Heinz, Papa was talking to your father. He wants us to go on the same Kindertransport. He says you could look after us." Heinz sat straighter. Mr. Bernstein had really said that. But her next words made his chest fall. "I told him I didn't need looking after, and certainly not by you. You're never out of trouble. If anyone, Papa should have asked Joshua." At the mention of his name, Rachel's eyes took on a funny expression. It made Heinz's stomach crunch. He wasn't going to put up with being adversely compared to Joshua. "I can protect you better than he can. The Nazis know he's a Jew just by looking at him. Sitting with him would put you in danger, not protect you." Her eyes widened and her face flushed as she hissed at him. "Being on a Kindertransport train would tell them I was Jewish, regardless of who I sit beside. At least Joshua wouldn't start a fight. He only tries to protect himself. You would find someone to fight with, even if you were on your own." With that, Rachel moved seats, going to sit near a group of girls. Ruth, her sister, whom Heinz hadn't even noticed, gave him a reproachful look before going to join Rachel. Thomas stared at him, but remained silent.